Good evening, everyone out there in YouTube land. Thanks for joining us tonight. Introducing peaceful protester Kelley.
Hello, and welcome to my TV show on the YouTube network with a potential audience of over 2 billion people.
That's right, 2
billion people. Coming to you live from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica. Thank you, Ethan Hyatt. If I forgot to say that, I thank you, sir. Well, I got those lights. I'm wearing those lights as a hat, huh? Is that the deal? I guess I better not do that. That looks a little silly. That's a little bit much, don't you think? Sometimes I ought to do these things before I get started. Yes, I know, but I'm trying to find a decent place to set up where the loud music's not too loud, and then I try to get my guitar strings tuned up. Oh, technical difficulties. I got to talk to the producers. Those producers, Ethan, you talk to the producers, would you? And talk to your makeup person too. Would you do that? Coming to you live from the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, where I am peacefully protesting and advocating for the homeless. That's what we're out here for. Advocating for the homeless here in Santa Monica and in Los Angeles County and in California and the whole US of A. The whole wide world, if we could do something about it. But we have to stand up for human rights right where we are, right where you are. Wherever you are, we all need to stand up for human rights and say there's no reason that poor people should be sleeping in the streets while rich people are having space races. We can do better than that. We can make sure that everybody has basic rights here in the United States of America. Thank you. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Thank you. Peace. That's right. We can do better. That's what this country is all about. Making things better for human beings. Making things better for everybody in the United States of America. We're working towards a more perfect union. Establishing justice. Ensuring domestic tranquility. Providing for the common defense. Promoting the general welfare, and securing the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. That's what it's all about here in the United States of America, making things better for human beings. And right now we have an imbalance. We've always been fighting an imbalance in this country from the very beginning. When this country first started, only rich white guys who owned property were able to participate in the freedoms of this country and the democracy. Only rich white guys with property were able to vote and to take part in government. But since the beginning of this country, there have been those working with a vision for the future, a vision of a day when everybody would have the same rights. No matter your race or your religion, your ethnicity, your beliefs, your gender, whether you're rich or poor, we all have the same rights in this country, and we have to keep moving forward. We have to keep standing up for those rights. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace appear? We'll keep waiting by and by for it to fall out of the sky, but we better work on peace on earth down here. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace arrive? We'll keep looking for the day when the clouds all roll away, but we better work on peace on earth to help our children survive. Peace, oh peace. Peace, let's stand up and work for peace. Peace, when will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace appear? We'll keep looking for nirvana, but I think we just might wanna work on peace on earth down here. Peace, oh peace. Peace, let's stand up and work for peace. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace appear? We can ask the universe to get rid of this war curse, but we better work on peace on earth down here. Peace, oh peace. Peace, let's stand up and work for peace. When will we see that day of peace? When will that day of peace appear? We'll keep looking for the day when the clouds all roll away, but we better work on peace on earth. We better work on peace on earth. We better work on peace on earth down here. Woo! That's right, we got to keep working towards a better day for everybody, because we haven't gotten to the place where we have equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity yet in this country. We got to keep working towards that day. We got to keep working towards a better day for everybody. And I think there were some shootings. There was a mass shooting in Canada today. That doesn't happen as often, and it's a terrible tragedy. And I believe there was also a shooting here in the United States. We have to work on having common sense gun laws in the USA. Common sense gun laws make sure that everybody who owns a gun goes through a thorough background check, and that we get the weapons of war off of our streets, and that we make it so that people who have problems, who are going through problems, don't need to get hold of guns. We could have a universal background check. We got computers in this country now. We could make sure that every gun goes through a registration computer right like that. Use the artificial intelligence to help keep guns out of the hands of those people who shouldn't have them. And we need to have a longer waiting period if that's what it takes. But we need to make it harder for these mass shootings to happen every day in our country. We need to stand up for common sense gun laws right here in the USA. Have you killed a gun today? Have you sent a gun away? Have you helped to solve a crime before it's done? See, the gun won't even mind. It's not part of humankind. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun. That's right, we can lead the way. I mean, right now we're way behind as far as having common sense gun laws in this country as opposed to other countries. But we all need to take part in making common sense gun laws in this world. And the United States of America has a long ways to go. We have more guns than we have people here in the United States. That's a shame. We have a mass shooting every day in this country. And now other countries, I know there are too many guns everywhere, but let's be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Have you killed a gun today? Have you put a gun away? Have you ended it before its deadly run? See, the gun won't feel no pain. It doesn't even have a brain. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. There's more guns than people in the US of A. Guns don't feel, they don't bleed, they don't cry. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun. Now you know I'm not a fool. I know guns are just a tool, but these deadly tools have been ruling us too long. We're in the middle of a war. The enemy's inside our door. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. It really pisses off the NRA. Guns don't feel, they don't bleed, they don't cry. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun. Now you know I'm not a fool. I know guns are just a tool, but these deadly tools have been ruling us too long. We're in the middle of a war. The enemy's inside our door. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun today. There's more guns than people in the US of A. Guns don't feel, they don't laugh, they don't love. Everyone should kill a gun. Everyone should kill a gun. That's right. Tell your leaders we need to work towards common sense gun laws in the USA. We need to show that we care about human life more than we care about every person with evil intent being able to get a gun. We can make it harder for people that have bad ideas about how to use weapons. We can make it harder for them to get guns. I think we can all agree on that. We just need to do more thorough background checks and have red flag laws. Get the weapons of war off of our streets. Make sure that we get rid of the high capacity magazines. We don't need to have war machines on our streets. They've passed laws in the past. That's why we don't see machine guns out there or grenade launchers out there all the time. Because we've passed common sense gun laws in this country in the past. And we need to make sure that we keep passing common sense gun laws. That ain't too much to ask. We shouldn't have to have our children having active shooter drills every day in this country. That's a sad state of affairs. We need to spend more money on education, but we don't need to spend money on them learning how to evade active shooters. We shouldn't have to do that. That shouldn't be part of a child's education, is learning how to hide from active shooters or how to overtake an active shooter. We can do better than that. Tell your leaders, let's pass some common sense gun laws. Let's keep working at it. Some people say, well, you're not going to get anything done while Trump's in office. Well, get it done right here. Keep passing laws right here in California, even if they get overturned by the Supreme Court. We need to keep showing that we care, that we want to make things better. That's why we all need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. That's going to be on the state ballot. We're going to raise taxes on the billionaires right here in California and show that we believe that we believe in human rights in California. We believe that poor people should have the basics while rich people are having space races. There's no reason for rich people to be having space races while poor people sleep in the streets. We can do better than that. We can stand up for human rights right here in California. We might not be able to get anything passed federally in this country about raising taxes on the rich, but we can do that Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California and make sure that we raise taxes on the billionaires right here in California and make sure that more poor people can have the basics. No reason for poor people to be sleeping in the streets in California while rich people are having space races. We have too many of our leaders blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless. And that's a shame. Come on. I hear people say, well, they should arrest homeless people if they're breaking the law. What? If they're breaking the law by trying to sleep in a tent or trying to get some sleep somewhere for the night? How is that breaking the law? That shouldn't be against the law anywhere while we have a housing crisis, while we're having a homelessness crisis. We shouldn't be criminalizing people for trying to get a good night's sleep somewhere. We should be setting aside property here in Santa Monica and other cities. Are you taking off, Ethan? Good to see you, Ethan. Peace. We should be setting aside property, parts of parks or parts of the beach, setting aside property so people can pitch a tent, so that they can have a safe place to sleep, and have more public restrooms open, 24-hour secure public restrooms, so that these people can survive while we're going through this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis. I see too many people who call themselves progressive, who call themselves liberals or Democrats, saying that it's all right to arrest the homeless people because they're breaking the law by putting a tent on the sidewalk. They can't do that. Meanwhile, we have all these corporate toys on the sidewalks, all of these bikes and scooters and little robots that make deliveries. They're all lodging on our public sidewalks, but human beings can't pitch a tent on our public sidewalks because it's a nuisance and it's dirty. That's right. Human beings are dirty. They make dirt, and that's part of what being human is. But we need to find them a place to be able to sleep and to survive while they're going through this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis, and to arrest people and to give people citations for trying to get a decent night's sleep when they're living outdoors is inhumane, especially when we don't have any place for them to go. We don't have any affordable housing for them to go to. How you doing, Christopher? Chris, good to see you. Peace. We have too many of our leaders blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless. Too many of our leaders are saying, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. We'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. We'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. We'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. That's right. That's what you got to do. I can't believe, sometimes I'm telling people about the statistics here in Santa Monica, how last year 3,324 people were arrested, and of those 3,324, 2,391 were homeless human beings. So 72% of all the arrests were made on homeless human beings, and that's less than 1% of the population here in Santa Monica. That is a shame. And if anybody can justify that, you got a little inhumanity sitting in your brain. We need to stand up for the rights of human beings that are picked on and targeted. And we need to make sure that everybody can have the basics. Too many of our leaders are blaming the poor for being poor and the homeless for being homeless. They're saying, don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and sick. They'll put you in the hospital and spit you out real quick. They'll say you need to rest more and change the way you eat. But they ain't got no medicine to get you off of the streets. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live in a mansion. That's what you gotta do, see, yeah. Other rich folks wanna help you if they could. So they'll take your tent and your bags and stuff and move them to another neighborhood. Or no, keep moving down. Or maybe we'll put their stuff in a dumpster. That would be good too. That's what they're doing to a lot of homeless people's possessions. They're arresting the homeless people and putting their possessions in the dumpster. And that's just cruel and inhumane. Just making it harder for human beings to survive. Don't be poor and homeless, that's what they say. Don't be poor at all. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't live in your car. They'll find a way to ticket you no matter where you are. They'll say you're near a schoolyard or near a city park. They'll make you move your car all day and give you tickets while you're sleeping in the dark. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just live on a yacht. That's what you gotta do. Get yourself a yacht. Hey, why don't you homeless people just get a yacht to live on? I don't understand you. Other rich folks wanna help you if they can. So they'll start a race to outer space to help their fellow man. We are going to build affordable housing up on Mars. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor at all. They'll pull the chair beneath your seat and mock you when you fall. They'll tell you that you're crazy and you're on the drugs. They'll say you're mostly lazy and you're filled with all kinds of bugs. So don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. Yeah. Don't be poor and homeless. Just be rich. That's right, homeless people. Just be rich. That's what you gotta do. Come on. That's right, homeless people. You just need to get rich. You need to get you some of those cryptocurrencies. There's new kind of money in there. All rich people see it everywhere. It's not made for you and me. It's a thing called cryptocurrency. That's right, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, the currency of the kidnappers. That's what you want to get involved with. Get yourself some Bitcoin, especially if you want to commit some crimes, because they're harder to trace. I don't know anything good about any of these cryptocurrencies. They're all just greed-based. Greed. They're just for people who want to get more and hide it away more and make money off of the poor. That is just another betting scam. We got betting scams everywhere in this country now. And we got poor people sleeping in the streets. I wonder if the poor people, you know, they should get the poor people a betting account and maybe give them each $1,000. Maybe they can bet their way out of homelessness. That's what some people think they should do. That it's like the president thinks that a good health care program is to give everybody $1,000. I'll give you $1,000 and you can figure out your own health care. $1,000 ain't going to help much when somebody gets sick, is it? We saw what kind of health care he wanted to give people when the government was shut down. He wanted to starve the poor. Trump's new plan for health care is coming to your door. Trump's new plan for health care is starve the poor. Trump's new plan for health care, Obamacare no more. Trump's new plan for health care is starve the poor. Because if you don't feed them, you don't have to treat them. And since he can't eat them, he'll starve the poor. Because if you don't food them, you don't have to include them. And since he can't shoot them, he'll starve the poor. That's right. They told him, Mr. President, you can't starve the poor. We have a fund in place while the government is shut down. And he said, I want to starve the poor. I want to starve the poor. And that was his health care program. And right now he keeps saying, well, I'm making it better. I'm making my health care program better. It's going to be better. I'm going to give everybody $100. I might give everybody $1,000, and they can figure out their health care on their own. How about that? That'll be good. Maybe they can use it to bet in the betting, online betting, and maybe they'll earn enough money to pay for health care. Most likely not. They find all kinds of ways to keep the poor people poor and keep them out on the streets and try to justify, well, they don't work hard enough. We can't help it if the poor people don't have a place to live. They just don't work hard enough. That's their problem. Trump's new plan for health care is coming to the floor. Trump's new plan for health care is starve the poor. Trump's new plan for health care, Obamacare no more. Trump's new plan for health care is starve the poor. Because if you don't feed them, you don't have to treat them. And since he can't eat them, he'll starve the poor. Because if you don't food them, don't have to include them. And since he can't shoot them, he'll starve the poor. And since he can't shoot them, he'll starve the poor. Hey! Thank you. Peace. Jorge, good to see you. That's right. I don't know if you guys have seen Trump. I just saw the other day, Trump has his own watch commercials out. Buy me a new watch. You got to buy me a new watch. I got a Trump watch. You got to get a Trump watch. If you really want to be able to tell the real time, the Trump time, the MAGA time, you got to get a new Trump watch. That's what he said. He is selling everything. He will sell. He is bold enough to sell every single thing while he's in the White House. He'll sell every bed in the White House. He'll sell everybody a watch to make sure that they're on his time, and he'll sell tennis shoes and steaks, and he even sold Trump Bibles. Trump Bibles, that's right. Hey, if you want to follow Trump's Bible, that's fine, and give money to Lee Greenwood with every purchase of a Trump Bible, because Lee Greenwood has his lyrics in there I'm proud to be an American. And every Trump Bible that is published, Lee Greenwood is going to get a little taste. You know what I mean? I got to get a little taste because it's my lyrics. And they put the Constitution in there also. I hope the people who buy those Trump Bibles actually read the Constitution while you're reading your Bible. But I am amazed. He's selling watches and Bibles and everything. He is Trump, the Bible thumper, trying to pay the fines for all the crimes he's numbered, crimes against the people of the USA, like trying to throw our democracy away. Now, I wrote this song before he got off on all of these charges. He was acquitted of everything because he started running the country, so they were able to acquit him of all these things. So now he's just making profits off of all of these Bibles he's selling. Trump, the Bible thumper, trying to pay the fines for all those crimes he's numbered, crimes against the people of the USA, like trying to throw our democracy away. He's Trump, the Bible thumper, just like with Stormy Daniels when he tried to pump her, full of Bible readings, chapter and verse, to rid her of her porno curse. Now, I'm no theologian, seems some changes have been made. Now the holy word of Trump must be obeyed. $60 will get your Bible sent, but if you want to get to heaven, you have to vote Trump for president. I can't go. Trump, the Bible thumper, trying to pay the fines for all the crimes he's numbered, crimes against the people of the USA, like trying to throw our democracy, trying to throw our democracy, you're trying to throw our democracy away. Buy your Bible now. That's right. He's selling watches, he's selling Bibles, he's got everything you need. Here, what do you need? I got it. You want to stay in the White House? I got it. You come give the money to the guy at the front door. You know, he is a flim-flam con artist, but we have to show that progressive government is different right here in California. We can't just say, oh, Trump's evil and Trump's doing this and that, and not try to accomplish anything here in California, because we are a blue state. We are progressive. We are supposed to be doing great things for human beings right here. That's why we need to pass this Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. Everybody needs to get behind it. We need to tell all of our candidates for office, whether it be mayor of Los Angeles or city council members here in Santa Monica or I love that word, gubernatorial candidates, no matter what they're running for, they all need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. That's a 5% tax on billionaires' wealth. And we need to make sure that goes through. And we need to make sure we lift poor people out of poverty with that money and actually get the things done. We have too many of our leaders here in California talking about doing good things, but then we have Newsom, who is against the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. I can't wait for him to be out of office, but we need our new governor to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 and all of our state representatives. Anybody who wants to represent us in office here in California needs to stand up for this Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Because we've done a very good job of being kind to the greedy here in California. We have to do a better job of being kind to the needy. We're living in California. How you doing tonight, Chris? Everything good? Anything you want to share with me? peaceful day? You got through the rain all right? We got some more rain coming next week. I might be out a little while. We'll see. I was living in California with people of all kinds. Living in California, sure out a little bit out of our minds. Woo! Living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Woo! Living in California, everything's mostly okay. Living in California, I hope you endorsed the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 here in California today. Living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Woo! Living in California, everything's mostly alright. Living in California, having fun on the promenade tonight. Woo! Now don't get me wrong, we got some good things going on here in California. California is the second most diverse state in the whole country. We got people from different backgrounds, different races, different religions, different ethnicities, different beliefs, different genders, all living together in virtual harmony. But everybody knows there's some things we need to be working on. California, we have the most billionaires of any state in the whole country and the most homeless people of any state in the whole country. That's why we need to pass the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. California, we're the fourth largest economy of the whole wide world, and we are ranked 21st in spending on public education. That is just a shame, shame, shame. A shame. No reason we should be ranked 21st in spending on public education. That's just the spending. The outcome is down around 40th. That's terrible. Santa Monica raises more money, so they spend more money on their schools than a lot of other places. And that's the problem here in California. You've got some neighborhoods where the kids are going to academic Olympics and everything's going great. And then you have other neighborhoods where 1 in 4 children drop out of school. And that's a shame. We need to spend more money on those low-income area schools. We need to keep putting money in services and programs for those low-income area schools until the rich people want to send their kids to those schools. Then we will know we have done enough. And we need to keep integrating our rich neighborhoods as well. We need to keep integrating building affordable housing to make sure that poor kids can live in rich neighborhoods, and so we don't just have poor neighborhoods and rich neighborhoods, because that's segregation. That's what it is. When you put all the poor people in one town or one part of the city and all the rich people in another part or another town, it's segregation. Because when you push the poor people out of your city, you're pushing a lot of people of color out of your city, because we haven't reached basic equity in this country. And until we do, we need to keep building affordable housing in cities like Santa Monica that are mostly white, rich white people. We live right next to our public beaches, 800 miles of public beaches. Those beaches belong to all of us. And Santa Monica and other coastal communities have made a nice profit off of those public beaches. And they need to build some affordable housing to help integrate those communities. And if you believe, as many do, that the scientists are correct and that it will continue to get hot here in California and around the world, then we're going to have more people live next to our Pacific Ocean, because the climate is going to be better and the air quality is going to be better next to our Pacific Ocean. So we need to build a lot more housing right next to our Pacific Ocean. And we need to keep integrating so that we're standing up for human rights right here in California. And we're not trying to push the poor people down further than they already have been pushed, and push the people of color out further than they already have been pushed. Got to keep working towards a better day, California. We're living in, and we have to build, and we have to pass the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. We're living in California with people of all kinds, living in California, so I'll get a little bit out of our minds. Ooh, living in California, things could be a whole lot worse. Living in California, rest of the country's moving in reverse. Let's not follow them now. Living in California, the place the whole world's dreaming of. Living in California, pass the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. Everybody get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 here in California, and spread some peace and love. Hey, hey. That's right. I hope you understood that song. The basic thing in the song is pass the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026. I haven't changed the title yet, but that's what I'm going to be singing a lot this year. I hate to keep singing things over and over, but things aren't getting better for the poor and the homeless here in Santa Monica. We have more and more people saying, oh, it's all right to arrest less than 1% of the population 72% of the time because they want to sleep in the streets. You know, we only have 205 shelter beds here in Santa Monica. I can't tell my friends that are homeless where to go to get a shelter bed tonight, because there is not one available for any of them. Unless they have been referred already, they can't get a shelter bed tonight. And, you know, we need to have more options. We need to have land set aside where people can bring a tent, bring their sleeping bags, and have a safe place to sleep, and safe place to go to the restroom without being harassed. We need some secure 24-hour public restrooms to help people survive this housing crisis, this homelessness crisis. Because it's not a good option to tell them, well, you can either go to jail or you can leave town. You know, that's not a good way to end homelessness. Let's keep on getting up. Keep on shouting out. Keep on singing. Peace and love is what it's all about. And dream, yeah, of a better day. Well, we ain't there yet, but I know we're on our way. Keep on lifting up. Keep on lending someone a hand, a helping hand. We can't solve every problem, but we can try to understand and dream of a better day. Well, we ain't there yet, but I know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. And we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Don't get lost. Don't get lost in the sea of despair. Be hopeful, be optimistic, and someday we'll get there. And dream of a better day. We ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Keep on getting up. Keep on shouting, shouting now. Keep on singing. Peace and love is what it's all about. And dream of a better day. Well, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. And dream of a better day. Oh, we ain't there yet, but you know we're on our way. Yeah, yeah. All right, well, I'll get that song. I'll figure it out. That's a start. We got to keep getting up. Keep shouting out. Keep singing peace and love is what it's all about. And dream for a better day. Because we ain't there yet, but we're on our way. And we got to keep moving forward. We got to keep moving towards a better day for everybody because we haven't gotten there yet. That's what that song's about. Hey, and I'll even let the rich people come with us. Come on, rich people. You can go with us just as long as you're happy to have your taxes raised, or just as long as you're willing to participate and let your taxes be raised here in California. There are some billionaires who want to see poor people lifted up out of the street and have a decent place to live. There's just too many options before you throw poor people into the streets. There are too many other options that we haven't tried yet. There are too many empty buildings everywhere. There was somebody, Santa Monica just prosecuted some landlords because they used 60 of their units that were supposed to be used for low-income housing. 60 low-rent places were used for Airbnbs to make profits here in Santa Monica. So they're prosecuting those people. But I want to see those places be used to help the poor and the homeless. I want those people to make sure that poor people can get help in those 60 units. You know, I still haven't heard anything. I signed up online at this point. I'll keep updating you about my endeavors to get on the low-income senior housing list. I just want to get on the list here in Santa Monica. I've been here for many years. I ran for Santa Monica City Council, and I can't even get on the low-income elderly list. I'm 66 years old. I'm an old man. That's right. And I live on a very low income, about $12,000 a year. I think that's pretty low enough. I don't know if I need to go lower, but I'm not trying to make much more. But I do want to see that poor people can survive in this country and that they aren't all pushed into jail or prison or down the road. You know, it's not an easy life for people that live on the street. The other day I heard a report that the life expectancy has risen in the United States to 79 years old. The average life expectancy in the United States, the average is 79 years old. But if you're sleeping on the streets, it's closer to 50. And that's a shame. We got to do better. How you doing tonight? Peace, brother. So we got to keep working. We got to keep working to help lift people out of poverty. We have to keep working to help lift people into a decent place to live. And we need to make sure that every person can have the basics in healthcare. And wouldn't it be nice? I said this the other night. We all see these commercials about these kids needing people to donate to the hospital so that they can get the help they need. God, you would think in the richest, most powerful country in the world, that would be something that we don't have to endure, that every child should be able to have the care that they need to give them the basic health care, to get them on a good path to recovery, to do whatever medical science can do. I mean, come on. If you need to raise the taxes on the billionaires another 2-3%, just to make sure that that we spend an extra $500 billion on the poor kids who are trying to get health care needs. I mean, come on. Everybody should have the basics in health care in this richest, most powerful country in the world. That's just plain greed. That's what happens here in this country. We let the greedy people tell us the way we should be living. We let the greedy people say, no, you got to generate more energy. Hey, you got to feel bad about using too much energy in your house or using too much water, but we get to generate more energy for our toys, for our artificial intelligence and robots, while we're pushing more people out in the streets by taking their jobs. That don't sound right, does it? We need to stand up for human rights. How much does it cost to live? How much should you have to pay? How much do you have to earn to live for one more day? How much does it cost to live before your life has worth? And tell me, how hard should you have to struggle to survive in the richest, most powerful country on the face of the earth? How much does the rich man want? How much does he have to keep before he can say it's okay for poor people to sleep? How much do the greedy want for poor folks to eat? And tell me, when will we see the end of the day, when human beings have to sleep in the streets? How much, how much, how much? How much does it cost to live? Does a human being have any worth other than the amount of money that they generate every day? Some people don't think so. I do. I believe every human being has an innate value. And then in society, we need to help each other to survive and thrive. Whether you're sick, whether you need help, everything shouldn't be about making dollars. I really hope none of my music makes another penny the rest of my life. And I hope they never use any of it for commercials. And if they do, you can say, well, he didn't want that. He never wanted any of his music used for any commercials. I think they'll get by without using any of my music for a car commercial or for a ketchup commercial or anything. I think we need to, I'm not saying we're going to get rid of all commercialized everything in this country. People are still going to want to sell their artificial dog crap. I understand that. But what? No, I'm talking about the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here. No, I understand that. I'm talking about the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. In California, we can show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives. I was pushing Kamala Harris. I was pushing Kamala Harris, and I still think she would have been a much better president than the con man, flim flam artist that we have in there now. But, you know, your guy Trump today, he said, again, he said, while he was trying to promote coal, while he was trying to promote coal, I certainly hope that we don't make coal the number one thing in our country. But he said, once again, he said, yeah, I was, just last year, the king of Saudi Arabia said to me, your country is almost dead. Your country's almost dead. And now that Trump is in power, it's hotter than ever. It's a hot country again. That's right. He's trying to please monarchs. He wants us to become like a monarchy that uses most of its labor from a different country and doesn't get. Thank you, peace. Good to see you, peace. He wants to become like the Arab Emirates, United Arab Emirates, or Saudi Arabia, and become a king or a monarch and have all of the workers come from other countries but not have any rights in this country. That's right. And that's why we need to stand up for those who have been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. Because the fucking AI that's going to take jobs. We need to deport AI. Well, we need to make sure that AI works for human rights. If it's taking away the jobs, we're going to have to find a basic income for human beings. Deport the AI. That's fine. If you can do that, I'm with you. Rich people's toys are making rich people money while the poor girls and boys are sleeping in the streets. That ain't funny. So we need to stand up for the rights of every human being. We need to make rich people's toys work for our human beings and not just work to make profit for rich people. We have to continue to speak up because we don't want to become a country where all of the workers are treated like dirt. And, you know, some people say to me, well, these people are here illegally. Oh, a report came out just the other day. Only 14% of all the people that have been arrested by ICE so far have convictions, have had convictions. So a lot of these people have just been rounded up because they're near people or they're looking a certain color, I suppose. And we need to stand up for their rights. We need to find a pathway to citizenship for those who have been used for their labor for generations. Because, as I said before, Native Americans, indigenous people here in the United States, Indians, Native Americans, indigenous peoples, they were not given a right to citizenship in this country until 1924. So it took a few hundred years. It took a few hundred years to make sure that these indigenous people could be part of our government and have a pathway to citizenship. So I'm sure there are many of these 20 million people that have been used for their labor over the generations and not been given their rights because we didn't want to have too many people of a certain color in the country, you know, from only one country, but we kept using the labor from those certain countries. And we wanted to make sure we had cheap labor and not give these people rights. And that's not the right way to be here in the United States of America. We have to stand up for everybody's rights to have human rights, a pathway to citizenship. That's right. De la Sierra Moreno, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ese lunar que tiene, cielito lindo, junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca. Thank you. I'll be sharing that with the homeless. Thank you. Peace. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones.
You're so good. Do you know
Why,
California?
thank you. Peace. California, here I come, right back where I started from. Da 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 This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Everybody sing along. That's right. We need to stand up for everybody's rights to have the basics in this richest, most powerful country in the world. And you know, we need to find a pathway to citizenship for those people who've been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. We don't need to wait until we need to, when we get power again, when the Democratic Party gets power, we need to make sure that all of our leaders get behind a comprehensive immigration bill so we can all have the same rights in this country and that we can bring these people into citizenship, a pathway to citizenship. And we need to tell those people that have used their labor for generations and profited off of their labor that they need to be part of the responsibility of helping these people find a pathway to citizenship. That's right. We need to make sure that everybody has equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. One more time, here we go, everybody sing along. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Let's make sure this land is made for you and me. Let's work to make sure this land is made for you and me. Woo! That's right. We want to stand up for human rights here in the United States of America. That's why we don't want to just have open borders and not have a pathway to citizenship for these people, but we want all of us to have the same rights, workers and those who take advantage of the workers as well. We need to make sure that we are showing the rest of the world that we want to stand up for human rights. And if you have 5% of your population not being able to participate in your democracy, that's bad for democracy, ain't it? We don't want to be like one of those countries that don't care about the people that are doing the work, the people that are doing the hard work. We want to lift everybody up. We're not trying to be a class of rulers and laborers, rulers and servants. No. We are trying to become a country with equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all. So let's keep working towards that. And that brings me back to, I don't think I finished this thought, did I? It shouldn't matter. I mean, the people were talking about the AI and all of that. They say you got to deport AI. Well, we know we're not going to be able to deport all of AI, artificial intelligence, but we can make sure that artificial intelligence is used to help lift people out of poverty and make things better for everybody here in the United States, because they're going to be taking away more and more jobs. So we're going to have some kind of basic income, make sure that everybody can have a decent place to live, food to eat, health care, and a good public education. That's right, we can do these things in the richest, most powerful country in the world. We don't need to ask the rich people whether or not we should be able to survive. How much does it cost to live? How much should you have to pay? How much should you have to earn to live for one more day? How much does it cost to live before your life has worth? And tell me, how hard should you have to struggle to survive? How hard should you have to struggle to survive in the richest, most powerful, most abundant country on the face of the earth? How much does the rich man want? How much does he have to keep before they can say It's okay for poor people to sleep. How much do the greedy want for poor folks to eat? Tell me, when will we see the end of the days? When will we see the end of the days? When human beings have to sleep in the streets? How much, how much, how much, how much, how much, how much? That's right. How much should it cost to live? How much should human beings have to make every day just to be able to survive and thrive in this richest, most powerful country in the whole wide world? We can do better. That's why we all need to get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California and show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives, can help lift people out of poverty. Because if we're not doing that, we're just making noise about Trump. It's like Newsom. Newsom's out there going, he's a bad guy. That Trump's a bad guy. And then Newsom says, well, I can't get behind the Billionaire Tax Act because it's bad. It'll be bad for big business. That's what Newsom is doing. Newsom says, oh, that Trump, he's a bad guy. I could take him on. I could take him on. And then he says, Trump's ultra-conservative Supreme Court, will you please give me the power to criminalize homelessness with Grants Pass versus Johnson? And they did. And that's why all over the western states and all over California, they are criminalizing homelessness. Homeless people are going to jail, probably prison, for being poor and homeless. It's just a shame, California. We have to show that we can be different than the authoritarian government, than the government that doesn't care anything about anything other than making money. That's why Trump only wants to have rich people come into our country. We're rich people. We got a gold card visa. I'm going to come up with this new gold card visa. You buy the gold card for $5 million and you can get into the country just like that. Go to the head of the line. We don't want any poor people who might do labor. Those people we're going to ship in and not give them any rights. That's what they want to do. Get your gold card today. Step right into the USA. No need to stand in line. $5 million will do just fine. Forget you're tired, forget you're poor. Just send your rich through our front door. We don't care about human rights when making money is in our sights. Gotta make some money. Gotta make some money off the deal. It's the art of the deal. It's called the art of the deal, not the art of trying to stand up for human rights. Come on. Get your gold card today. Step right into the US of A. There's some people who all they care about is making more and more money, more. That's why we need to pass the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. Because there are too many people like Trump who say, get your gold card today. Step right into the USA. No need to stand in line. $5 million will do just fine. Forget you're tired, forget you're poor. Just send your rich through our front door. We don't care about human rights when making money is in our sights. Get your gold card today. Step right into the US of A. Or should we call it United States of Trump? That's what they want to call it. United States of Trump meme coins. Hi, that's right. There's some people that are only concerned about making money. They think that's the only thing that's important in life. And they think that a song that doesn't make any money, like most of mine, those songs aren't worth singing or aren't worth listening to. But I think it'd be great if we could get to a place someday where people want to do more things to help lift people up, lift up the poor, lift up the homeless, lift up those that are sick, without needing to think about how much money we're going to make on the back end or the front end. We got to think of love is but a song we sing, and fear the way we die. We can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. No, the bird is on the wing, and we need not know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, then you will understand. We hold the key to love and fear in our trembling hands. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at our command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Now, there's really not any monetary value in trying to love one another right now, or at least there shouldn't be. We need to keep out for human rights. Even if there isn't $1 in it for anybody, it just means making things better for human beings, making it easier for every human being to survive and thrive in this richest, most powerful country in the whole wide world. That's what we're working towards in this country, or we should be. That's right. I'm a liberal. Hey, I thank you. I appreciate that. That's why I'm behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California, and I hope you all are, because we need the billionaires to pay their fair share, because we know they have every kind of place.
I know you got the mic. I know. When you say I hope you all are you speaking of the trees and the trash can?
What?
Who said I hope you all are? There's nobody here for the love of Christ.
There's not too many people. I probably have close to 3 million, or I could have a possible audience of up to 2 billion on my YouTube channel.
Spoken like a true liberal.
That's right. That's right. I think whenever you call me a true liberal, that means I'm doing my job, because there are too many liberals who say they're liberal and they don't want to stand up for human rights. They don't want to stand up for the rights of poor people to have a decent place to live.
This is always a fun question. What's a woman?
What's a what?
Woman.
To you?
No, to you. More importantly, to you. Not to me. Because mine's, line of demarcation. What's a woman? And usually for you guys,
I'm going to leave that up to women to decide.
That's right. For you guys, it's not an easy question.
I'm going to leave the women's question up to the women.
For the Lord Almighty in our Bible, it's a real easy question.
I understand that some people follow. I understand that you have a Bible that you follow.
I don't follow the Bible.
Oh, okay. Well, then why did you bring it up? I don't understand. All I'm saying is I'm not trying to determine the sex of every person in this country. I'm trying to stand up for human rights, no matter what your gender
Why
is.
can't you answer?
Well, because our Constitution says
You guys are
we, the people of
typical
the United
not
States,
answering
in
questions.
order to form a more perfect union, establish justice,
I know the
ensure
preamble.
domestic tranquility.
I know the preamble.
All right, how about the First Amendment?
I know the preamble.
Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion,
Okay, but what
or
about-
prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or of the right of people peaceably to assemble
I don't have a mic.
and to...
This is what I don't get. With someone like you, who I actually give a lot of credit to, and I think
Thank you.
You have the-
What's your name again? My name's Wade.
it's Mark. I've seen
Mark, I know. I've seen you many times. Good to see you again. And I'm glad you're out speaking out for your beliefs.
I'm not speaking, just for fun. Okay, you're smart.
What?
You're smart. You're smart. Obviously.
Am I smart?
I
Well,
didn't say are you. I said you
maybe
are.
I just look it.
I said you are
Okay.
persistent,
Persistent, yes.
and you gotta know what's what, right? I mean,
You got to know what's what. And I know that human beings
And you
each
look-
have the right to determine who they are
And
and
you look like
and determine their own beliefs every day
and I
in
gotta
this
go to my
country.
car, and you look like you might have been a George Carlin fan.
I liked a little George Carlin.
Yeah. So you know that the hypocrisy is going on, right?
There's a lot of hypocrisy going on all around the world. And that's why we need to stand up for the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California to make sure that we show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives. Thank you, peace. That's right. We need to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Let's change the agenda.
And we need to tell our leaders right here in
You got a
Santa
guitar.
Monica.
Simon and Garfunkel.
I've heard of them. I'm going to play love songs on. I'm going to play love songs on Friday. Friday I will be here, and Saturday is Valentine's. But today I'm pretty much basically saying,
I know the millionaire.
get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California. Make sure that everybody gets behind that so we can show that progressive government can make a difference in people's lives. Hey, I saw Delroy Lindo today at the YMCA right here in Santa Monica. Delroy Lindo, he's up for an Academy Award. I told him, hey, I hope it goes well for you. He deserves it.
Stopping by is the guy that wants to argue with you.
What? It's nice of you to stop by and speak your mind and let me talk about what you're talking about and try to enlighten you some with the Constitution and make sure that we keep working towards a better day, because we haven't gotten there yet. We realize
I do stand up. I'd walk out on this crowd.
you'd walk out on this crowd. Yeah, this crowd isn't. They don't.
I mean, the mic's great.
The reaction is not everything that I
The
expect every
amplification
time.
is fantastic, but no one's listening, for the love of Christ.
That's all right. We keep working for a better day anyway.
But that's
I mean,
what-
I can't depend on.
So, what's the agenda? So, I'm just going to speak out into
I guess I'm going to have to run for Santa Monica City Council again this year, because not one of the Santa Monica City Council members have stood up against. The arrests. The arrests in Santa Monica last year. 3,324 arrests. Out of those 3,324, 3,324, 2,391 were homeless human beings. So that means 72% of the arrests last year in Santa Monica were homeless human beings.
So last we spoke, you were on your liberal, for lack of a better term, I'll say rhetoric.
Okay.
Or rant. I was homeless out here. I was.
The last time
Yeah, like a year ago.
That's right, and you were living in
I was
motels.
sleeping in motels. Yes, I was.
You were sleeping in motels, Mark.
And I stayed on the right wing. I was kind of, for lack of a better term, Trumper-ish.
That's
you would
right.
call me.
And you,
I'm 1,000 times better now.
good to see you, Seth. Peace. Have you endorsed the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 yet? Go online and do that. I hope you do. We need to stand up for human rights right here. But
I stayed on my right wing
Mike-
path. Right wing path.
you stand on,
I
and
stayed on my right wing path.
and you're working again, and things are better for you now, Mark?
1,000 times better.
Huh?
1,000 times better.
I'm glad. And your wife situation, you reconciled, or? All right. Well, I'm glad to hear it.
So anyway,
Now, if you could only get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 here in California, then I'd be happier for you. That's right. We need
hey,
to
you're wearing
keep.
red though. You're wearing red.
Yeah, it's. I've always worn a red sweater out here, and it has nothing to do with. See, it had nothing to do with my political beliefs. Unless some people used to say that red meant communist, and they would say you're wearing red because you're a communist. But see, huh?
You wear the red hat that I gave. I gave you a red hat, right? Remember when I gave you a red hat?
Red hat?
Make America great again. Remember the red
You
hat?
gave me one of those?
Yeah, the red hat.
I didn't keep it. If you did give it to me.
Spiritually, being born in the red means that you can come to bring, like you're a dragon, and you can just you are a enforcer.
Wow, being born in the red. And
Born in the red,
if
but-
you're in the red in this
No,
country,
you're
that
being
means
born in
you're
the red, but
that
spiritual perfection. You got to be.
That means you're
Being born
you're
in the
in
red,
debt.
but
It means
also
you're
special.
heavy in debt.
It's Garfunkel,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But I'm going to end it up with this. It was great talking to you guys. And good to see you, Mark. I hope things go well. And I hope you get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 right here in California.
Yes, sir.
All right. Get behind it, Seth. I hope you do. And I hope we all continue to work towards equal rights, equal justice, equal opportunity for all, housing the homeless, common sense gun laws, good public education. We can do great things in this country. They have been done before. Don't let anybody tell you different. And wanting to stand up for human rights is what our Constitution is all about. And we need to get more people to understand that and to stand up for human rights. Stand up for a pathway to citizenship for those people that have been used for their labor for generations and not been given their rights. And make sure that we raise taxes on the rich so that poor people can have a decent life in this richest, most powerful country in the world. And that's why, once again, I will say, get behind the Billionaire Tax Act of 2026 in California. My song is just a song, just a dream to sing along to, a dream that can't be sold for silver or the gold, but something you can hold in the part of your heart, cries in the night, longs for the day when something goes right, and yearns for loving arms to hold you tight, sweet dreams and restful nights. I sing you a sunny day, I sing your worries all away, I sing you loving arms to hold you tight, sweet dreams and restful nights. I sing you a sunny day. I sing your worries all away. I sing you loving arms to hold you tight. Sweet dreams and restful, peaceful nights. Peace and love.